San Diego County is known for being one of America's most expensive regions. Locals are feeling the squeeze and looking for solutions. KPBS's new series, Price of San Diego, delves into the rising cost of groceries, childcare, car insurance, and even our beloved California burrito. You won't want to miss this ongoing series live now at kpbs.org/Price of San Diego.
Welcome in, San Diego. It's Jade Hindman. On today's show, local fitness expert Damien A. Joyner is out with a new book about how seniors can build strength and balance. We'll hear his best advice. This is KPBS Midday Edition, connecting our communities through conversation. So we all know that regular exercise is essential to maintaining our health and wellness. But as we age, our ability to continue to exercise can get challenging. Well, my next guest is here to help with that. Damien A. Joyner is a personal trainer here who focuses on San Diego's senior population. He is also author of the book, Move for Life, a practical guide to building everyday strength, balance, and confidence for thriving after 65. Damien, welcome to Midday Edition.
Thank you, Jade. Happy to be here.
Glad to have you here. So what got you interested in focusing on fitness for seniors?
I had a client once in her 80s who it just kind of just sparked my interest because she was so excited to move better. Aside from her sessions she had with me, she was walking multiple times a week and going on vacations, and she just got it, the connection between what we did and being able to enjoy your best life.
Yeah. So how do our fitness needs change as we age?
They change, they might not change. It might depend upon, of course, how vigilant you were when you were younger. But at the end of the day, there's things like fall prevention or cognitive ability you want to make sure that you keep a firm grasp on. And I think what it really is that people, they don't think it's for them. You get older, like, I don't need to do exercise. I'm too old for that. But the thing is, everybody needs to, no matter what your age is. And the more you do it when you're younger and middle-aged and older, you can really move better and have your independence.
Yeah. I mean, and that client that you mentioned, how was her movement after she started working with you on these things?
Oh, she was great. I mean, she had a assist with a cane, but the thing is she was able to put it aside and do everything from footwork and balance and exercise. And she saw immediately the work we did, how it helped her outside the gym.
Well, I want to get into some of your tips here because you break things down into important movements that are really important for everyone. Tell us what those are and how we can maintain the ability to do them.
I think probably breaking it down to first, hinging is a movement that a lot of people take for granted. It's pretty much like you're sending your hips back to pick something up off the ground. It's used in the big word called deadlift. It's a big fancy term, but at the end of the day, it's picking something up off the ground. It could be a grandkid. It could be a book. It could be your groceries. And that's a key movement a lot of people might not be able to do because of pain. But the more people can do that, they'll be able to do it every day and better life.
So is that like stretching?
It can be a stretch. It can be a stretch, yes.
Yeah. Yes. In the first chapter of your book, it is the joy of movement. So what are some common ways we can retain that joy for fitness or exercise like we had when we were kids?
Some of the basics, pulling and pushing, like presses and pulling, squats, lunges, moving different directions. Of course, core strength is important too, and also rotation as well.
And it just reminds me that, I should be doing some of the things that I did when I was a kid, right? Go get
within
a bike.
Reason, yes.
Put a bell on it,
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Ageism is something we hear about in certain parts of society, maybe even in workplaces. So how do you see it show up in our gyms and workout spaces?
I see it sometimes they are not felt welcome in the space. It could be the music is too loud. A lot of people with hearing aids or cognitive abilities, it can be very distracting to be able to move in that environment. Also, it's just like with that age group, it's like, okay, you can go in the corner and do some gentle exercises, but they should be pushing weight that's challenging for them as well. And even in some of the ads in the past that just annoy me, you see somebody with 80 years old having a 5-pound weight acting like it's really heavy. At the end of the day, she could probably push heavier than that, but it's like you want to have them do some small exercise or think they're frail, but really they can move better than you think they can in actual ads.
Yeah, and you mentioned the hinging, which can help with some of that movement. But are there other exercises that can help with balance maybe?
Aside from the usual standing on one leg and breathing, there are movements where you just walk in a tandem, or you walk when you put your feet in different directions, or you're doing something like a single leg row or something with a dumbbell. Or you are with one foot up and you're bouncing a tennis ball against the wall, something that's more reactive that you can play with.
Yeah. In addition to help with our strength and balance, exercise also has this cognitive benefit to it, especially for older adults.
Yes.
Tell us about some of those benefits.
It's really just a mental aspect of using your brain, exercising, and just keeping that part of your brain, lack of better words, warm when you're moving helps you in everyday life and also for cognitive abilities, everything with Alzheimer's and things like that.
And do you know the science behind that?
I couldn't quote those. I have some statistics actually in the book about that talks about cognitive abilities, but it's important because people, they don't think exercise can help with that, but it can.
Yeah.
Yes.
In recent years, we have learned more about how important it is to sort of keep things social, to have, these social connections as well.
Yes.
It's good for your mind, body, and soul. How does social health play into how we should be thinking about fitness?
It's kind of like the joy of movement. It's like to be social, you have to get out there and do it. So you have to get out of bed, shower, clothe yourself, bathe yourself, eat, and you're in your car and you're going somewhere. And also, your people are going to see you. They're going to keep you accountable. Like, where is she? Where is she at? Where is he at? And that kind of social activity and like, hey, are you okay? Are you able to get on your trip? It's all connected to movement.
It is. And, and when I hear about social connections, I go to a gym and they have Taco Tuesdays. And that's has nothing to do with exercising, or maybe it does.
They'll see you on the other end
They'll
of it.
see you
Yes.
on the other. Yeah. But I mean, this is just it's one of the things that I think like a lot of gyms are doing is to create social events and make space for that sort of a thing as well.
Yes.
I guess a lot of people recognize the need for it. I mean, what about for folks who don't really enjoy, like the weight room or the gym, all this socializing? What advice do you have for them?
Start where you are. If that doesn't work for you, work out at home, garden, find an aqua aerobics class you like. Something that involves movement doesn't have to be actually the structured thing in the gym. My main thing is that they see the connection between what they do in exercise and be able to do in everyday life.
Well, as we age, obviously, our risk for injuries can also grow. So what advice do you have for someone looking to be more active, maybe, but is really cautious about getting hurt?
I understand the cautious part. Of course, first of all, check with your doctor. Make sure you're good to go to exercise. And after that, don't try to make up for lost time. Like, find a professional that can help you. And the main thing when exercise is form, form, form. A lot of people, even the videos you see online, they look really great, a lot of heavy weight, but their form is not the best. Form is important no matter how much weight you have in your hands. And find somebody or find videos or things you can write to help you through that process.
Is there a such thing as like muscle memory?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And tell me about that. Like, say you used to play college ball and now you're, several years removed from college, several decades, and you want to do that again. How might you be able to prep your body to do something like that, something that you enjoy, but you're afraid that you might get hurt?
I think, to be honest, you want to start at the basics before you get at that. Of course, if it's basketball or some athletes like that, have you been moving that fast? No. You might want to start off slow before you pull something. Start stretching. Find some way to get your muscles ready for that. There's different variations of an exercise. It could be bouncing a ball yourself before you get in a team event and you get tied up trying to play other people.
Yeah. How do you know when you're ready to move to the next level? How do you know when it's okay to speed something up?
It could be when it gets easier.
Okay.
Like and when I'm working with somebody, if I see it's getting easier for them, they're ready for the next step. Also, it could be somebody who can help tell them, okay, you're ready, that they're working with.
Another common concern for many seniors and those with limited mobility is falling.
Yes.
And this is something you cover in your book. What advice do you have for someone who may have fallen or had a loved one fall and is worried it could happen again?
Good question. The first thing is you can always do work to work on your balance. There's always things you can do. You want to make sure you have certain things checked. Your vision and your hearing can also affect your balance as well too. So make sure those are taken care of. Start small, and if you're doing kind of balance training, do it when you're fresh. Don't do it when you're tired, because that way your neurological system is kind of fried at that point. So do it first in the morning when the fresh you are, and just do something small. Some people like brushing their teeth with one foot up, or find different ways to shift your weight to another foot so you can balance. But above all, start small. in regards to things like that.
And you talk about doing the balance exercises in the morning.
Yes.
Is there a better time of day in general to do exercise? Should we be doing that in the morning or afternoon, night?
I don't really have an opinion on that. I mean, a lot of people are really tired people, so any time is good for them. Yeah, it's really when you're fresher. I'm a morning person, not everybody is. Just depends what your schedule. Just do what works for you.
Yeah. Well, once you get that balance down, I imagine some of that comes with developing confidence, right?
Absolutely. Because confidence is a big part of people that I've met with. They don't think they can, and they can see when I'm working with them that they can, and they get that confidence in the gym, which is a big deal.
Yeah. Well, what do you think some seniors commonly get wrong about fitness?
That it's just for young people, that you have to lift very heavy weights, and a lot of times it's confusion about they don't know what to do. I understand that because they go in there, everybody's moving fast, the music's loud, the people are wearing next to nothing. They're just like, you're like, what am I going to do? And so they don't want to get in the way. They're not sure what to do. That's usually what happens a lot of times.
And so what's the solution for that?
Well, I could say hire a personal trainer. Could say that.
Come on.
Or
okay.
You could also find somebody to talk to at the gym. Like, hey, can you show me how to use this equipment? The more educated you are, the more confident you're going to be. But of course, you can find somebody to work with once a week. I mean, I've had people want to work with me 3 times a week. I'm like, look, let's do twice because I want you to do something else outside of the gym. But once they have more confidence in knowing what to do, it helps a lot.
Yeah. What's good to do outside of a gym?
Hey, sport. You could do something like basketball or some kind of aquarobics class. Gardening. I had a client once. She was like, well, I want to exercise. I'm, okay, I do gardening. I'm like, guess what? That's exercise. And they don't put the connection. Like, you're out there sweating, you're getting from the ground to the floor, you're carrying things, and that is exercise. So if that works for you, start there. But I still want people to work on strength so their bone density also gets better during that time.
All right. And you say setting goals can also really help. How should we be approaching those goals?
Start small. Set something that you can actually attain. So let's say I'm getting back in exercise. I haven't done it in a while. I'm going to see what gyms are close to me. I'm going to see where I really want to exercise at, where the gym or outside, and then make a plan. So I'm going to go to the gym and check it out and see if it's for me. Talk to somebody that works there. And then, look, I'm going to go 1 day a week. Don't go 3 days or 4 days. Start 1 day a week. Start there. Find a routine and just start small at that point.
At the end of the book, you also provide people here in San Diego with a list of resources around aging. Can you share 1 or 2 with us now?
A lot of times the County of San Diego has a lot of good resources like Feeling Fit Club. I used to work for them a long time ago, and they have great free exercise classes for seniors in San Diego. Yeah.
Any others?
For those, probably also the county. They have different resources out there as well, too. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how can people pick up the book?
They can pick up the book on all major retailers, Amazon, Walmart. My publisher, Pingham Random House, also has some, too.
Okay.
Yeah.
And before I let you go, I'm wondering, if you can leave us with a quick exercise that you find really works with seniors, since you work with a lot in your practice.
Well, I'm going to go back to the hinging because it's so important. Yes. So I would say have your back to the wall and be just no more than 6 inches away from the wall. And you want to think about a bird feeding. So the bird is bringing its head down and then back up in the hips, and like from like your hip to your shoulder is straight. So you're bringing your hips back to the wall as far as you can and then back up. And so that people might feel the pull in their lower back or their glutes. They might feel the stretch there. And that's what's important to be able to reach for your toes, tie your shoelaces, and get something on the ground and not hurt your back at the same time.
Now, are there modifications that should be made? Maybe someone's had a stroke or something of that nature, and then so balance is really a challenge, and so hinging may be a challenge as well. How might someone modify the exercises for that?
Move slower. Don't move as far. There's always variations. You don't have to go as far as I go. You can go 2 or 3 inches, and also to make sure that they're breathing during that time as well, too.
Okay. How do you think about your own fitness as you're aging? Are you prioritizing certain activities in the hopes that you can keep going and doing what you love?
I do. I have to walk the talk 100%. I mean, I was in a half marathons a while ago. I kind of fell off, but I run for now because of my heart. So I'm on myself for that. Bring my clothes to the gym. Like, got my clothes together. I got to run today. I might not like doing it, but I have to do it. And I always do strength training as much as I can. Balance as well, too. And I just try to think about the older me and how it would thank me for what I'm doing now.
Yeah. Well, I know this book is advice for folks who are 65 and over. And I'm not quite there yet. I got a lot of ways to go.
You can still read it out, too.
Exactly. It's still good advice for anyone, really. I've been speaking with Damien A. Joyner, author of the book Move for Life, a practical guide to building everyday strength, balance, and confidence for thriving after 65. And you can find a link to Damien and his book on our website at kpbs.org. Damien, thank you so very much.
Thank you so much, Jade.
That's our show for today. I'm your host, Jade Hindman. Thanks for tuning in to Midday Edition. Be sure to have a great day on purpose, everyone.
Corporate Underwriting on KPBS offers a unique opportunity for brands to demonstrate their corporate social responsibility as public media brings light to important causes. Your investment can showcase your brand's values and commitment to the public good. Email corporate support@kpbs.org.